Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how I do a fade on myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the clippers and I'm actually not using a guard right away. I'm going to create a line starting at my temple and the line's going to go all the way around my head. When you don't use a guard on your clippers, that's going to be called a zero. You don't have to, when you're doing a fade, you don't have to start with a zero. You can start with a 1 guard or 2 guard. I just like the sides really short, so that's why I start with the 0. And as you're cutting, just be careful. Take your time, don't rush through it. I usually like to go over the spots I've cut just to make sure I get all like the stray hairs. And I don't miss any like sections or anything like that. And again, just take your time. You don't have to rush through it. Just make sure everything's cleaned up, you're not missing spots, get behind your ears. And so next what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your half guard and we're basically gonna be doing the exact same thing. You're just creating another line above the first one you created. Actually, I lied. I'm sorry. We're not going to be taking the half. You're going to be taking the 1 guard, or that's what I'm going to be doing next, is the 1 guard. And I'm going to be creating another line about 1 inch above the first one. And again, it's going to wrap all the way around your head. You're just going to take your clippers and gently rock back and forth and just create that line in there. If you've never cut your hair, I mean, I suggest trying it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I like it. I mean, even when you make a mistake, I mean, hair grows back. It's not gone forever. So give it a try. I mean, you might enjoy it, and it, saves you money. And now you're taking the 2 guard. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just blending up into the longer hair on top. Right now, I'm not gonna cut the top. I'm gonna leave it a little bit longer. So that's why I just used that 2 to just blend it a little bit. And now what I'm doing is taking the half guard and the first line we created, I'm just blending it. So again, you just take your clippers and you gently rock back and forth. You're just trying to get rid of that harsh line that you created. And again, just go back and forth. I have to do it a couple times. I like to make sure like it's super blended in. So just keep going back and forth over it. So just keep blending. The blending, that's what you spend the most time doing, is just because you're trying to get your everything like even. I mean, and it's not like, I mean, so I've seen some people and they do their fades and it's like really, really good. And I'll get there one day. But how I do it now works for me. And then you're just going to start. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I probably should have done like a fast forward or something through this, but I didn't think about it when I was recording or like creating this. Hopefully you guys can see everything. I try to make everything as light and bright as possible, and I try to get like angles where you could see. I think the next video I'm going to do, or one of the next videos I'm going to do, is I'm going to show how I bleach my hair. I think that'll be a fun one to do too. This actually came out a lot better. I was nervous when I was first doing it because I was like, I've never recorded myself cutting my own hair. And I was like, I know I'm going to try and make this video and I'm going to end up like wrecking my hair or something. But I'm actually pretty proud and happy with how it all turned out in the end. And again, just keep blending. That's the whole thing that you're trying to do is blend those lines out. It's like the most important. So again, just take your time. Keep going back and forth over those lines until you can't see them. Or they're very faint. And here I'm just taking that half again and going back over the first line I created. And you'll see like at the end of the haircut, after I like washed my hair and everything, you'll see like you can't really see that line anymore. And that's what you're trying to get to. Okay, and so now we're finishing up the side. And double checking a couple spots on the other side. Just keep going back and forth until you get to a place where you're happy with it. It might take you like a little bit. I mean, when I first started, it took me forever to do the fade on myself. But after a couple times, you get the hang of it, and you know how your own hair is and how to work with it. So now I'm gonna do the back of my hair. So I use just like a little handheld mirror, and this took this took some practice to learn how to. I'm standing with my back to the mirror, and then I hold a mirror in front, and that's how I do the back of my hair. I think I need to invest in like one of those wall-mounted mirrors, like the ones that like pull out, but I just haven't done it yet. So this is how I do my hair. And the back's the same thing as the sides. I just want to make sure, I mean, you can do this afterwards. I just do it while I'm cutting my hair, is like cleaning up the back, like my neck area. I just do it all at once. And just keep going over spots just to make sure you haven't missed anything and you're getting all the like little strays and you're not missing like chunks of hair or something. Doing the back was like the hardest to learn how to do. I mean, if you're doing this on yourself, like if you're watching this like and you're gonna do it on someone, it's a lot easier. If you're doing it on yourself, it's gonna take a bit. So just go slow so you don't like mess up. You want to make sure that the line that you created on the sides, like it's even, like it's gonna be the same on the back of the hair. So it's not gonna like dip or like go really high or something like that. And once you get your line all like, or once you get it even and how you like it, then you just, again, just like with the sides, you're just gonna grab you're gonna start with your guards and creating your lines and blending everything out. The back's a little harder to do if you're doing it yourself. It takes a bit, but just keep working at it. I did. I mean, I'm happy with the way the back end, like the whole haircut ended up. But even I don't think like the back of my hair was like super perfect, but it looked pretty good. So I was happy. And then just keep checking as you go. Check to make sure you haven't missed spots. I would like brush the hair like here how I'm doing, just to make sure little pieces haven't like you haven't missed pieces in there. You've gotten everything. And this is me. This is taking the 2 guard, and again I'm just blending it up into the longer part of the hair. I don't know why I started to say that this is me. Like, of course it's me. And what I'm doing right here is I'm just taking the half guard and I'm just kind of going along the sides, like very, very gently, like I'm barely touching it. And I'm just kind of bringing, like, making sure I've gotten any of the longer hairs that I might have missed. You don't have to do this. I like the sides to be like really, like, perfect. So, and like if I was cutting the top, I would have just like used scissors and like blended it. But I'm not cutting the top right now, so that's why I just used the clippers. Just be really careful if you do this. Don't like press in because you don't want to create a hole or like cut out a chunk of hair. Just be really careful. And again, if you notice anything, just keep going over it. Any spots you might have missed, just change guards and like fix any little holes or anything, or not holes, but any little missed pieces. And this is pretty much it. All I'm doing right here is I'm just rechecking. I'm going over all of the areas where I had the lines and just making sure they're all blended out. I'm rechecking the back. I'm just making sure there's no like corners or anything like that I've missed. And that's pretty much it. All I'm doing here is I'm just going over the spots, just making sure I didn't miss anything. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with the haircut. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm coming out with videos every Monday and Saturday. Yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.